All right, guys. Of course, I got another story. Always got a story. So I think last story I was talking about it being in the hospital. I know I was talking about being in the hospital. So I got another story about a hospital stay. I used to work in a hospital. So in the hospital, I used to ask my patients. I was a CNA. I'm not a nurse. I'm just a CNA. Certified nurses assistant. I ain't that no more because all I do is create content now. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So in the hospital, I would ask people all the time when I take care of them. I'd be like, "What got you here? What's your story?" So a lot of times, like I say, they try to tell me whatever the situation that landed them there. But no, I'd be like, over life, what happened in your life that made, that brought you here? Like, tell me about your life. Tell me about yourself. So this one lady in particular, I had never cleaned up a dead person. I was doing CNA for like 25 years before I actually touched a dead person. And let me tell you how that happened. I would get people to clean up my dead patients. Like if my patient died on my shift, I would literally go pay one of them other CNAs to come clean up my dead person because my daddy told me those spirits ain't had nowhere else to go but into whatever's living. So he didn't let us go to funerals and stuff like that. It had to be a close relative, but no. So I wouldn't clean up them dead people. So I would go get somebody else to clean up the dead people. So my mom died of cancer. And when she finally took her last breath, my daddy called me. He was like, "Nora, look, your mama, she gone." So I had to go out to my mama house and clean up my mama. This is the first dead person. All this time, like I used to help my mama, everything. First dead person. I'm gonna get back to the story. So me and my sisters, we go out to my mom's house and we do this whole little kumbaya type thing to get ready to clean my mama up. So I'm like, "Okay, y'all got to help me." And they were like, "No, we ain't gonna help you because you do this all the time." I'm like, "Look, I ain't never cleaned up a dead person in my life." So my mama was the first dead person I ever cleaned up. So I'm in the hospital one day. This lady comes in. My mom died, I think she was like 54, about to be 54. So lady in the hospital and happened to be the same age as my mom, dying of lung cancer that spread it to her brain, going back and forth, just like my mom. So she was in the hospital and she had nobody around, unlike my mom, because my mom had all her kids around. We all helped. But anyway, so I'm talking to this lady, and the lady is really special to me. And I know this lady dying. So one day while cleaning her up, I asked her what's her story. So she went to tell me that she used to smoke this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, "No, no, not that. What is your story? Like, what's your life story? Tell me what happened in life." So the lady started telling me her life story. She was a mixed lady. She was black and white, and her mom cheated on her husband with a black man. And when she cheated with the black man, she got pregnant. So she didn't know when she had this baby if the baby was going to be white or black. Her husband was white. So when the baby was born, she had a black baby. Her husband left her because she had this black baby. But she didn't like the black man that she was dating or that she had sex with. I don't know how she had sex, what happened or whatever. But she didn't want to lose her husband. But when she had this baby, now she's stuck with a black baby that she didn't want. So this lady told me up until she was 18, her mama dogged her, like treated her so bad. She did the bare necessities for this lady to live. When she turned 18, she put that lady out her house. I don't even think she was 18. I think she was like 16, 17. But she put her daughter out of her house. The lady telling me all this. I mean, I got time. I'm listening. She talking, and it's sad to me. So I wanted to hear what happened. Because I know, to me, every story got a good ending. If y'all know me, y'all know all my stories don't be having no good ending. But so the lady laying there telling me, tears coming out of her eye, how her mama gave up on her and how her mama never loved her, and she had siblings and her mama loved her siblings. But when she turned 17, 16, 17, her mom put her out. She ended up getting pregnant at 18. She got pregnant at 18 from a white guy. So the baby now comes out looking majority of white. The mama comes along because the girl, she had, I keep saying 18, but the mama comes along and takes the girl baby, takes her daughter baby. Now remember, she put her daughter out. She never liked her daughter. She takes the baby from the lady. I'm going to make this quick because I don't want y'all on here forever. Takes the baby from her daughter and raises her granddaughter like her own. She didn't want the mama because the mama looked kind of black. The mama was like really good hair. She was probably my color, a little lighter, not much. But she came and took her daughter's baby and raised her baby as her own. Now, don't get me wrong. The baby knew that was her grandmother, but she raised it from a baby. She took that girl baby. Then she got to the point when she took that girl baby, she wouldn't even let her see her baby. So this lady started doing drugs. From what she said, she wasn't doing drugs before all this happened. Life just started taking a toll on her, and she got with the wrong people, end up doing drugs. Same way as my mom. Probably not the same story. But she ended up doing drugs, whatever. So all since then, her mama had nothing to do with her. So she told me if I could just talk to my daughter. If I could just talk to my daughter. I said, well, did you call him? She said, no, my mama won't answer for me. I said, okay. So years before, I'll tell y'all this story too. I had called a family for this old man that was dying. And the family got there in time. So it made me think, let me see if I can use my phone and call this girl mama. So I called the mama. Yeah, and mama answered the phone. So I said, look, I have your daughter here and she wanted to speak to you. I know I was wrong. I was working at the hospital. The lady was talking to me. I had to do something. I felt like I was obligated. I'm always in somebody's business. I was obligated. So I called the girl mama. The mama answers the phone. The mama gets on the phone. The girl, the daughter that I'm taking care of, 50-something years old, she tells her mom that she's in a hospital and she's going to die. End up putting the daughter on the phone. The daughter went to talking. 2 days later, the mom and the daughter shows up. Now, this lady done had every good thing to say in the world about her daughter. Every good thing in the world to say about her daughter. So when that daughter walked in that room, when I was cleaning up that lady, I was so happy. Because I don't know if y'all know that death rattle. But the lady I was cleaning up, she had the death rattle. I'm going to give her a name. Charlene. That's the name I'm going to give her. So Charlene had the death rattle. So I flipped Charlene back over so Charlene could see her daughter. And she was like, I think she said hi or something to her daughter. I don't think she said, I love you. I want to make the story that sentimental, but it wasn't because she didn't say. She was so happy to see her daughter, but some spit came out of her mouth, but it was like that spit with that, like that coffee blood or something in it. It wasn't, I knew that she was dying. So I told them, I said, let me ask y'all to step out. She had looked at her mama, but she hadn't said nothing to her mama yet because she went to puking out the mouth. So I told them, I said, would y'all just stand outside while I clean her up and make her presentable for y'all? They stood outside. That lady took her last breath when they left out that door. I ain't even really had a chance to clean up. She died right there in front of me. Like, died right there in front of me. Push the stat button, but she was a DNR, so they weren't going to do nothing but put the stat button. Everybody came in, family, like, what's going on? They put the family out the room, you know, no, you can't come in. Give us a second, let us clean her up, close them out, this, that, and other. So I walked outside the door. Now, I'm in tears because, remember, I told you the only person I ever cleaned up in my life was my mama. But I felt like I was obligated to clean up this lady because this lady reminded me so much of my mama. She was my mama age. She was my mama Bill. She had my mama's same disease. She struggled with drugs like my mama. Like, don't get me wrong. Mama kept her babies and her mama had somewhat of a problem. But we'll talk about that another day. For whatever reason, I felt like I was obligated to clean this lady up. I ain't believe in cleaning up dead people, but I was obligated to clean this lady up. So, as I cleaned her up, I walked out the room. The mama and the daughter standing there, sitting there. They sitting by the door. And I look at the daughter and I said, you know, your mom really loved you. She told me a whole lot about you. And I started telling her like little different stories and cute things and, you know, the times that she did see her. And do y'all know, I ain't never said nothing to that mama. I just told the daughter everything that the mama was saying. Like, I wish you'd have got here. You know, I wish you could have seen her earlier. She was like, well, I talked to her. I'm like, yeah, I'm the one called you. Like, so I told her everything. If I tell y'all, that mama looked at me and she said, well, what did she say about me? I looked at that lady. I said, who are you? That's how the story ended. All right. Be good to you people then.